Hello, hello, and welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. We're done messing around for the time being with some of the main story quest lines, and I was knocking some things out here in Kuttenberg, and I came across a quest that involved Catherine, and oh boy is it a doozy. You're going to want to check this one out. So buckle in, ladies and gentlemen, because we are going on an incredibly wild ride.
Even if the people have to go with.
You said you needed some help with something. What's going on?
Something's happened. Oh, a real mess. And I need help from someone reliable.
Oh, and you want me to help you find somebody reliable?
For information about Liechtenstein, I cast the net a bit too wide. And one of the servant girls I questioned was just found dead.
You think she was killed because of you?
Dear.
I don't know. If I did, I wouldn't be asking you for help.
Well, a little graciousness would be nice. Sure, we're in this together.
I'll help you. Tell me all about it. Who was this dead girl?
Her name was Alice. She was an ordinary, pretty girl. She worked as a maid. I heard they found her all hacked up, tossed somewhere by the town wall. Oh, folk in town are saying it was absolute slaughter.
That sounds
unfortunate.
unfortunate.
They took the morgue by the St. Peter and St. Paul cemetery.
I'll go take a look at her. See if I can find anything.
I think that would be for the best. Though, I don't think it'll be a very pretty sight. You can
my
ask
dear
the gravedigger
Catherine,
for details. He'll know the
you
most.
have not seen what I have seen when it comes to pretty sights.
When did you last see the girl?
Around a week ago?
And did you notice anything suspicious about her?
Not at all. She was always cheerful, lively. She was looking forward to a dance. Though I'm afraid she won't be dancing ever again.
No, get chopped up tends to do that to you.
What was Alice trying to find
yeah,
out for you?
who am I looking for?
She
Who am I
always brought me
suspicious
the
of?
freshest gossip overheard from her master. And lately, what the other maids in town were saying.
And did you learn anything important from her? Something someone would kill her for?
That's the thing. All she brought me was gossip. Who was cheating on who wasn't going to confession, those sorts of things. So you'll have to figure out the rest for yourself.
I see. Okay. What about anybody else? We need to be worried about other
What
people
about
getting
your
murdered?
other girls? Are they all right?
Yes, fortunately. I'm careful enough to keep them pretty much in the dark about my plans. That's why Alice's death shocked me so much.
Might not have anything to do with you. I don't know.
What are you going to do next?
I'd like to ask the others if they noticed anything suspicious. If someone is following them and the like, but
But you don't want to scare them.
I'm scared myself. For them. Maybe nobody knows about them yet. If someone was to follow me, I could give them away. And I can't risk that. I don't want anyone else to die because of me.
What if I go and see them?
They don't know you, Henry. You'd only scare them.
What? I'm a teddy
I'll figure
bear.
something out. In the meantime, find out everything you can about Alice.
Do you think there could be something bigger behind the murder?
I don't know. Maybe she just got caught up in something. But it's strange. Why would someone do her like that? That's the kind of thing you do when you want to send someone a message.
Why did you ask me in particular for help?
Because you're the only one I know here.
Aha.
But don't take it the wrong way. I'm actually glad it's you. You're pretty reliable. Not even
You are a poor judge of character.
Zizka would be of much help to me here.
Thanks. I know everything I need.
Good. Go to that graveyard, talk to the gravedigger, and take a look at that poor girl's body. In the meantime, I'll try to find out more. Then we'll put it all together, and I'll be damned if we can't come up with something.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Now, I'll be honest, I'm a little suspicious that this has anything to do with Catherine here, because, like, if someone... Nice fire effects. If someone was a spy, I don't know, hacking someone up into pieces, that's the kind of thing that you do if you're like a passionate lover jilted, or if you've got anger issues or something like that. You don't do that to somebody that has been caught spying. Because, I mean, if somebody's caught spying, you don't want to attract attention to it. You would just do something covertly. You don't act like me and just slaughter everybody. I don't know. Let's take a nap, and we'll talk about it in the morning. So I'm here at the church because Catherine asked me to help her figure out who murdered one of her confidants. Apparently, she was talking to one of the girls who's a maid in town and was getting information from her, and she thinks that she caused that girl to be abducted and murdered. And she suggested that I come over here to the church where the morgue is, where they keep the body, and talk to the gravedigger and investigate the body and see if I can't get some clues on what might have happened to her, if it was Catherine's fault, who might have killed her. But apparently it was pretty bad and gruesome, so we're going to see just how awful this really is. And I'm going to talk to this lady before I just start, messing with a body that doesn't belong to me.
What's the matter? Did you know her?
Alice. She...
All right, Alice, that's who Catherine said it
She
was.
was almost like a sister to me. We served together for years, in the same house. Why'd you ask? Who are you?
I'm trying to find out who did this to her. I'm afraid the killer might want to go after my friend as well.
Ah, I understand.
Okay, so you served together. All right. Tell me a little more about your relationship. We're going to see what happened.
Who did you serve?
Our master is a local merchant. He is trying his hand at trading wine.
Oh, him. Okay.
How did Alice get along with your master?
Fine. Just like with everyone. Our master is a bit strict, but he's fair.
What's his name? Can I speak to him?
Why? But you can't see him anyway. He's on a trade trip to Prague.
Oh, okay,
It
different
occurred
wine
to me
trader.
that maybe
All right.
he could have done it.
No, he couldn't. He was gone when it happened. He hadn't been home in several weeks. And besides, why would he kill them others too? He never even knew them.
Them others?
What
There's
others?
more?
You haven't heard. A few girls, like our Alice, died before. All really pretty girls.
Oh. Well, was she
Do you
seeing
know of
somebody?
any suitors she might have had?
I know she was seeing someone. Why?
I'd like to talk to him as well.
I mean,
But I don't know who it was. Alice said he was rich and dressed nicely. But she promised him she'd never tell anyone his name.
And you never saw him?
No, never. I don't even know where she met with him.
Do you know what exactly happened
that's going to make it hard to
Alice?
figure this out.
No, nobody saw or heard nothing. One day she just didn't come home. And then they found her. Like this.
What do you mean, like this?
You haven't seen her yet, have you?
I haven't.
No,
Then
I
don't.
thought it looked.
It's a horrible thing to see. She was such a pretty girl. She had such beautiful brown
Wait.
hair.
She had?
And it didn't even leave that untouched.
What do you
Ooh.
mean?
Who could have cut off her hair like that?
It was a bald, dismembered
why?
body. That's weird.
None of it makes sense.
So, I'll leave you to mourn in peace now.
All right, this is getting weird. Okay, I'm going to check out the body. Brace yourselves.
So, let's see what we have here.
Toes.
My God. Someone really did a number on her.
And I know what a number looks like.
They ripped open her entire belly. And they didn't stop there. There must have been buckets of blood.
Girl,
There's no blood left in her. Oh, interesting.
Jesus Christ. There's hardly any blood left in her. The place they found her must look like a slaughterhouse. I should go there and take a look.
Yeah, okay. Examine her mouth. Why am I
Her
doing
lips
that?
are bloody, but nothing more. Tongue's still in place.
Oh, that's
But if
something.
he killed her for blabbing, I reckon he'd have cut out her tongue or something, wouldn't he?
That makes a good point. I still am not sure this was a message that was being sent. This does seem like just an insane person, like a crime of passion.
These are more like chops than cuts. Somebody must have taken a sword to her. Knife wounds would be smaller, and an axe would have made a bigger mess. But it couldn't
Henry,
have been
you're
a
incriminating
longsword.
yourself with the way
Would
that I
have been
treat
clumsy.
people.
It was something shorter and nimbler.
Uh-oh.
God,
I use a short, nimble sword.
that madman cut off both her breasts and bits of flesh. But what did he do with it all afterwards?
Oh, that's kind of gross.
Did he really keep all the pieces? Nobody could be that sick, could they?
Oh, they could be. They could be that sick. You have no idea.
Her face is a little bruised and cut, but nobody cut her there. But she has a dark ring around her neck. Was she strangled? The murderer must have had pretty strong hands, and her hair is all matted with blood and hacked off. I don't even know what colour it was.
Wow, so strangled.
Maybe there's something
This is
more
starting to
to
look like
it.
passion.
What if the murderer kept her hair like some kind of sick trophy? Just some scratches and bruises, that's all. The killer probably surprised her. She didn't even have time to defend herself.
No defensive wounds, alright. We got toes.
So, the murderer must have awfully strong hands, because he strangled her and left a dark ring around her neck. Then he took a short sword or saber and started hacking at her. She's missing parts of her torso, but they aren't by the body. He also cut off most of her hair.
I don't think this is because of Catherine. This doesn't seem to make any sense. This is like
He cut off her breasts,
hatred.
but
This
left her
is-
tongue. Then left her
this is
lying there for all
passion.
to
This
see.
is intimate.
To send a message, maybe? Or a warning? Only if it was a warning for telltales, he would have cut out her tongue or something, wouldn't he? I don't know why he killed her, but I don't think it's because of Catherine.
That's pretty screwed up. Alright, there's also a grave digger we can talk to. But yeah, this is not seeming like a cold, calculated thing. This is definitely a madman, somebody who's a bit nuts.
Good afternoon, sir.
You must be the local gravedigger.
Oh, did you figure that
That's
out all
right.
by yourself
They
there,
call me
Henry?
František. At least them that can speak do. Ha!
Nah.
I'm Henry.
Greetings, Henry. What do you need?
That dead girl you have in the morgue. Alice.
You've seen her? Poor thing. Who could have done such a thing?
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out. Do you know anything about her?
She's gone to meet her maker. What more do you want to know? You want to take away a piece of her? Well, you can't. Not a hair off her head, a bloody scrap of cloth, or a thumb. You hear?
No, I'm
Well, I
not
don't
doing
wanna
that. I
take
don't want to take anything.
I need to find something out.
Like what exactly?
Who killed her?
Why?
I mean, yeah, why? What do you mean, why?
I'm in service of the Lords of Lipa. I'm to find out who was responsible for this murder.
What do the Lords of Lipa care about a dead girl?
Truth
Why are
be
you being
told,
so
not
evasive
much.
and difficult?
But it's at the request of her master.
Ah, that makes more sense. At least someone is trying to sort this out. The others weren't so lucky. It's
The
true
others?
that
Tell me
Lumiere
more
ain't
about the
shown no
others.
interest in her yet. I wouldn't expect that from him no more.
Who's this Lumiere? Another one of those gawkers and collectors?
No. He actually tried to help.
Help?
Huh.
How?
Well, he was investigating them others.
Right. You said she wasn't the first.
Aye. We had a couple of similar cases. Lumiere said they was all killed by the same murderer.
And how did he come to that conclusion?
How do I know? Best ask Lumiere yourself.
Alright. So how many
Do you
have
remember
gone?
how many girls were killed?
You mean you don't know nothing about it? Here, even the sparrows are squawking about it.
I
Yeah,
haven't
well,
been
just
in
tell me,
Kuttenberg
please.
very long.
I see. There's been one every few weeks for the past year.
Wow. Okay, this is...
Do you know where the last one got killed?
I heard some talk about it when they brought her here. But what do you want to do there?
Why are you being so
Look for
difficult?
clues.
I'm just trying to help.
Footprints, blood, anything.
That can help you.
That's worth a try.
I heard she was killed by the town walls, close to the Hole in the Wall, a dodgy tavern in the Hoprink neighborhood.
I know what that
Thanks.
is.
What's this Lumiere got to do with this?
Well, like I told you, he used to work for the bailiff. I think he was a scribe.
A scribe keeps records in the Black Chronicle, though I've never heard of one doing his own investigations.
Well, the old bailiff wasn't all that interested in the common folk. But Lumiere, he was quite helpful. Folk heard about it and went to him with whatever was troubling them.
I'd
A
like
man
to
of the
speak with
people. You see
Lumiere.
this Lumiere?
Do you know where I can find him?
At his home in Bohemia Street, that's near the church. You won't find him at the bailiff's no more. I don't know exactly why, though. Seems he had some quarrel with the bailiff.
Alright, well, thank you very much. I'll go talk to that
Thanks.
guy.
You've been a big help.
It's my pleasure. Especially helping someone from the land of the living again. Actually,
Nah.
wait
Yeah.
a mo. Speaking of
yeah.
the living, there's a girl what comes here and grieves over that dead maid. I think her name is Barbara.
I know. I've already spoken to her.
Aha. Good then. Lots of luck to you. God be with you, good sir.
All right, so go talk to this Lumiere guy and see what he knows about the situation. See if I can get some more details, and then maybe go check out the crime scene. I wonder if I should have Mutt for this. Probably, but he's somewhere at Devil's Den. I don't know. I don't bring him along. He's kind of annoying, but I might go get him. We'll see. I think we're going to go check out the crime scene first before I go talk to this Lumiere guy, just so I have a better idea of what's going on when I talk to him. And it's over here by the hole in the wall where the guild was, so we're going to run over there and check it out. Alright, so the girl was killed somewhere around here. Holy cow, that's where she was killed. Jeez, that's a mess. Good lord.
This is the place. There's a lot of blood and some footprints. I'm not sure how much more I'll be able to find. Christ, that's a lot of blood. But after seeing what they did to the girl, I'm not surprised. I can't make anything out of this. The whole town's been walking around here. There could have been one killer or a dozen. I'm surprised I haven't completely trampled out the blood.
It's a lot of looking.
I'm not sure I'll be able to find any remains. I wonder what happened to them. It's hard to make out, but I think I see some slashing from a blade.
I don't really have much information to work with.
So, there's still a lot of blood left, but I expected even more. I found some faint blade marks. Either the others were trampled out, or someone skilled was wielding it. It didn't look to me like any remains were left lying around. I've no idea what he did with them. Did he keep them or throw them away?
There's no trail leading away either. Didn't throw them in the water. It's just like, it just disappeared, just vanished. Huh. I guess I can go talk to that Lumiere, or whatever his name is, and see what he knows about what's going on. Okay, so this Lumiere guy has a house somewhere over here on the other side of town. Let's go see what we can find out. What in the world? You look like you're having a rough time.
Lumiere?
Oh,
You're drunk?
Christ, my head. Not so loud.
I need to ask you something.
I said not so loud. I have a splitting headache.
That's some hangover. He's useless to me like this. Unless I'm willing to wait for him to sleep it off, I'll have to get him some kind of cure or potion.
I just happen to have some of that.
This should sober him up.
Have yourself a hair of the dog, buddy.
Here. Drink up. Better?
What? Who? What are you doing here? Who are you?
My name is Henry.
And what do you want from me?
I'm trying to find out who killed a certain girl. And I was sent to you.
To me? What for?
Are you Lumiere from the Rat House? The scribe?
I used to be. Now I'm just Lumiere the madman.
Hey, we're gonna get along just fine.
They say that about you. Why?
Because I was just on some wild goose chase. And what came of it? Absolutely nothing.
But I need your help.
If I were you, lad, I'd leave it be. You can't help that girl anymore, anyway. You'll just end up hurting yourself.
Come now, Lumiere.
Poor girls. Nobody was all that interested in it.
Well, I'm not really
except
interested
to
in
make
helping
me
the
let it
girl
be
at
in
this
the end.
point.
We
I
let
just
a
want
monster
to,
walk among us.
get justice.
No way. You can't solve this yourself.
Give me a shot. I can probably stab it with a sword.
I'm not doing it for myself. I'm afraid he might kill one of my friends.
A friend, eh? That's not good. Not good at all.
No, it's
I
not.
searched
So how
high and
about you
low.
just help me instead of being
what
difficult
did I
like
get
everybody's
out of
been
it?
so far?
Just mockery.
Jeez.
What makes you think you can find out more than I did?
Nothing is going to stop me. That's pretty good for me. Very hard. I can get the truth out of people. I can use my brain. Let's go with that
Because
one.
I'm not stupid, and I notice things. I've successfully solved a murder before.
Is that so? A murder investigation under your belt. And educated and observant, too.
Well, I said I'm not stupid. Not that I'm educated. I can read and write, too. Sometimes even count.
If only more people knew the difference. All right. Talk to me. Who was this dead girl?
Her name was Alice. She worked as a maid.
A maid? That fits. Yarka was a maid, too. As were most of the other victims. What did she look like? What did he do to her?
I think
Did
they
a lot of
strangled
horrible
her first,
things.
and then went at her with a longer blade and disemboweled her.
Did you notice the strangulation right away? It took me a while. Maybe you really will track him down.
Do you think it's the same murder?
Counting your girl, that makes 6 victims who
6?
were first strangled and then mutilated. If it's not all the same person, they must be collaborating somehow.
This is the 6th one. How long has he been killing?
Probably about a year now.
Yeah, that's what the
Sometimes it
gravedigger
takes him
said.
months, sometimes weeks. But I'm including missing girls. Stanya and Zdena.
There's missing girls too? Jeez. Because they're probably
Why
dead,
are you
right?
counting the missing girls?
Because I think someone killed them, and we just haven't found them yet.
Did the dead girls have anything in common?
Aside from being pretty young girls with no proper family or background, no. I couldn't find much.
Do you think somebody is killing them because they're poor and nobody will miss them?
Certainly. If somebody killed the daughter of a local lord, no stone would be left unturned.
But
Well,
why
that's
does
the
he even
truth.
kill in the first place?
I don't know. Maybe he hates women. Damn it. I feel like I'm going in circles and can't get out.
All right, well, I need some more clues then if you're not going to be looking into it anymore. I need some details.
What can you tell me about Yarka?
She wasn't the first. But thanks to her, people started taking an interest. She was a maid in a German family. By all accounts, she was a pious, polite girl. She was orphaned as a child. The priest from the church of St. Peter and Paul, Father Prokop, raised her. They found her body tossed behind a barn at the edge of town. She was cut all the way from her neck downwards. An awful sight to behold.
Did you have any suspects?
At first, I thought the son from that family did it. A murderer is usually someone close, you know. But then I
Yeah, that is
changed my
true.
mind.
Why?
Well, for one, I remembered the 2 girls before her who ended up almost the same. Besides that, when I talked to the lad, he seemed he wasn't the least bit interested in Yarka. Then his mother told me that they threw her out a week before the murder because she was a harlot who stayed out till all hours of the night. That really surprised me, because Father Prokop had vouched for her good reputation. But who knows? Maybe he just didn't want to admit what had become of her.
Yeah, so I bet she wasn't a harlot. I bet there was something else going on.
What about Stanya?
She was an alehouse wench in a tavern of ill repute called the Hole in the Wall.
Yeah, I've been
You said her
there.
body was never found. Maybe she just got out of town.
You have no idea how much I'd like to believe that. Only there was a lot of blood. Unfortunately, the investigation wasn't very successful. The Hole is a world of its own, and the people there aren't very forthcoming with information.
No,
Did
they're
you
not.
suspect
But
anybody?
I know
You
some
could
people there. I might be able to work
suspect
something
every
out.
second man there. Those people have nothing but thievery and deceit in their eyes. The innkeeper, Mole, definitely knew Stanya, since she worked for him. But he isn't all that chatty either.
So if I want to learn anything more, I have to ask this mole in the hole.
Yeah, he still runs the place.
Yeah, I've talked to him before. Okay, how about
And
the
what about that
next one?
Zdena? You said her body was never found.
Exactly. But to tell the truth, nobody spent much time looking for it. Besides Alice, Zdena was the most recent victim. It's only been a few weeks since she went missing, but I suppose nobody wanted to do any more digging.
But if her body was never found, how do you know she was killed?
Because she was the same type as the other girls. Maybe the prettiest of them all. Young, beautiful. A real live one. Lively as the devil. She was a thief. A pickpocket. I never could pin it on her, though. She always found some way to get out of it.
Maybe she robbed the wrong people and had to get out of town.
Maybe. She had a partner in crime by the name of Strunad. Quite a number. He's always sitting in the hole, boozing. When I asked him about Zdena, he told me he'd rather rip his own tongue out than talk.
Do you think he'd be more forthcoming with me?
I might
He
be able
might
to
be.
help him with that whole ripping
You're
out
not
tongue
known
thing.
all over town like a catchpole. It's worth a try. Besides, it might still be fresh in his memory. That would be a great help.
All right, so Mole and the other guy. All right.
And
So
what about the other two victims?
It all started with them, though nobody did much about it at the time. The first one worked as a bathhouse maid. They called her Chestnut. She'd only been in town for a short while, and nobody really knew her. So I couldn't find out anything more. But the other one, Libushka, she was from Loretz. She was a maidservant, too. I also talked to her mother. She said she was really cheerful and outgoing. There were lots of suitors circling around her, but she refused them all. She knew she was pretty and knew she could do better than some farmhand.
You mean she wanted someone higher up?
That's what it sounded like. But her mother never found out who she had her eye on.
Interesting. I'll try to see what else I can find out from the mother. Where can I find her?
In the graveyard, lad. The poor woman died of grief. It's
Oh,
sad
that's
to
gonna make
say,
my
but
investigation
we can't
difficult.
help those two dead girls now. And they can't help us with our investigation either. There's nobody else left who could tell us anything about them.
oh man, that's rough. What does this have to do with you?
Why were you looking into it? Who were those dead girls to you?
I don't know what people told you about me, but for many long years I was a scribe for Kuttenberg's bailiff. Kuttenberg is a big city with a lot of people. Silver, silver, silver. Mining it, smelting it, stealing it. There's always something going on. The bailiff was always running from hell to Hades, from one rich man to another, settling their quarrels. Often trivial nonsense.
But there are more than just rich burghers and lords in the city.
Exactly. There are common folk, too. There's a lot more of them, and their troubles are usually more serious. So when one of them came to the bailiff's one time, and the bailiff was running around somewhere, I started to deal with it myself. I was pretty good at it, too.
Behind the bailiff's back.
Not really. Andreas supported my activities until recently.
What happened?
I don't want to talk about it. Sorry.
Interesting. So the bailiff might have something to do with these murders if he was getting too close to it.
Did you have any suspects back then?
You can always find some suspect. I always dragged the most suspicious ones to the body in the morgue by force. And they threw up at the sight. Or fainted.
Couldn't it have just been an act?
Fainting? Vomiting? That's hard to act. I'd swear none of them did it.
This is looking bad for you, Henry. Use a nimble sword. You don't faint at the sight of blood.
Can you sum it all up for me?
We have 6 victims here. And I believe they were all murdered by the same killer. Unfortunately, we only know a little about the last 4. The most recent ones. By now, we won't learn anything about the first 2. Of the remaining 4, the first to be killed was the maidservant, Yarka. She was raised by Father Prokop from the Church of St. Peter and Paul. He should know the most about her. The next were Stanya and Zdena. Their bodies weren't found, but we assume they also became victims of the same murderer. They both hung around a tavern they called the Hole in the Wall. Stanya was an alehouse maid, and Zdena a pickpocket. And the last victim is Alice now, also a maid. What they all have in common is that they were young, beautiful, and brunette.
Huh. All right, well, I got some more people to
I know
talk
everything
to,
I need
some
to
more
know.
stones
When you
to
learn
flip
something
over.
more, stop by and see me. You've
Yeah.
aroused a bit of hope in me, lad. I hope you won't disappoint me.
Wouldn't dream of it. All right, so alehouse maid. You all right there, buddy? All right. There's a couple people I can go talk to. This guy's house is actually pretty close to the church, so let's head over there and see if we can learn some more about Father Prokop, who was the person who adopted one of the girls. Let's see if we can get a little more background information on her and find out what's going on.
The next time you meet that woman, say the Lord's Prayer and remember the 9th commandment. And now go in peace.
Father, I need to ask you a few questions.
I don't have time for theological discussions, my son.
That's not why I'm here.
You're the priest?
My name's Henry, and I wanted to ask about the murder that happened recently. Someone killed and gutted a young maidservant and left her body lying by the city walls. And I hear it's not the first time this has happened.
Another one murdered. May the Lord grant her eternal rest. Why is it you ask?
Well, we have to stop the killing.
Somebody is murdering maids here. We have to put an end to it.
Yes, but those poor souls are already at God's side, and revenge never...
I don't
Nobody
want
said anything
revenge.
about revenge.
I want to stop more
Jeez,
killing.
Man. Why
That's
is
a
everybody
better
being so
reason, isn't it?
difficult?
True enough. What do you need to know?
One of the other victims was a girl named Yarka. But I reckon you know that, don't you? What can you tell me about her?
About Yarka. She was an ordinary girl. She served the von Groll family.
Where did you know Yarka from?
I knew her since she was a little girl. Knew her family.
And?
I was her uncle. When my brother and his wife died, I took care of her.
Who do you think killed her?
William, that pig of Satan.
William.
He gambles in the tavern on All Saints' Day and leads the locals astray. Yarka always went there to listen to music.
Why do you think it was William? Do you have any evidence?
Evidence? He's a skirt chaser, a tool of Satan. He messes with poor girls' heads.
And does anyone else come to mind? No other man spoke with her?
No, absolutely not.
Huh.
You raised her? A priest with a child?
Yes. Unfortunately, I'm not the first of the clergy to have a child on the side. But at least everyone knew Yarka wasn't my own daughter.
No offense, but how did you know what to do? Without a wife, without a family? I would have been lost.
I was a bit, son. When she was smaller, it was fine, but when she grew up a bit...
Ah, yes, teenage
maybe
years.
I was too hard on
I
her.
have teenage girls.
Why do you think you were too hard on her?
Yarko was an orphan, with no family and no possessions. Her only chance of a good life was a good upbringing. And then, a husband. But the more I led her in that direction, the more she resisted me.
How did she do that?
How did she rebel against you?
She wouldn't listen. She ran away. She ran around with all sorts. And how did it turn out? She died. And in sin. Such a disgrace.
Wow, you're worried about your disgrace?
Disgrace? What the devil are you talking about?
She was pregnant. Even if she had lived, what then? Nobody would want to marry her anymore.
Oh, well, that's rough.
How does that even work? Did you have her with you at the presbytery?
When she was small, I could. But when she grew up, she had to go. It wouldn't look right.
You're well off, though. Couldn't you provide for her?
I couldn't. Even if she had been my very own. More so, since she was my brother's.
But how come?
The church's property always remains the church's. They keep a close eye on that.
Why don't you respect Lumir?
That's my business. You needn't concern yourself about that. I won't tell you anything.
Come now, help a Christian in need. This is important. I'm
Come
gonna do
now,
easy.
Father. I'm not just asking out of curiosity. This is about all the dead girls. Isn't it written in Scripture, speak up for those who have no voice?
A layman quotes the Bible to me. Fine. Lumir accused me of her murder.
What?
Yes. He slandered me in public.
And how... What happened then?
It turned out he was deranged. How could he even think such a thing? He's finished in Kuttenberg.
I've heard enough, Father. I'll be going.
Son, I'll give you some good advice. Don't listen to Lumir. That man has gone completely mad.
Interesting. So we have a priest who is out of his mind, who's more interested in how things look than actually caring about raising a daughter. We have Lumiere, who apparently is a little bit insane. And we have William, who might be the one who killed her. The priest might be the one who killed her. We don't know yet. So let's head over to the hole in the wall and see what else we can learn about the murderers. Get some more details, get some more clues. We're going to CSI this thing right up. Alright, the hole in the wall. Or the bugling buttocks. Who is this guy? Alright, this is Sternad. I forget why we're talking to him, but he knows something about the clues and he looks very drunk.
Are you Sternad? The one that went with Zdenna?
Oh yeah,
Who the fuck
boyfriend.
are you?
Just an ordinary bloke who has some questions.
Well then, piss off. You won't get any answers here. All you're gonna get here is a kick in the teeth.
Yeah, I've about had it with these people bad-mouthing me. Come on.
Why so rash? That kind of attitude will do you no favors. Let's make a deal. You tell me everything you know about Zdenna, and I'll make sure you're no worse for wear.
Ah. You're the lord what that whore robbed. Don't worry about it. She weren't nothing but a lying bitch.
So, if I understand correctly, we can make a deal?
For the right price, I'll tell you all I know.
For the right price, huh? Fine.
Is this the right price?
You fucking bet it is. Ask away and I'll tell you everything.
Where can I find Zdenna?
Aye. That's what I like to fucking know too. Last time I saw her, well, that'd be back when she managed to fleece you.
Ah, she stole from the nobles, okay.
Well, I'd like to find her.
I can well imagine. Well, she went to Rabstein Mill. It's quite a long ways away. She had some unfinished business with some bloke called Pine. Ain't nobody seen her since then.
Alright, got a new location and a new name.
What can you tell me about Zdenna?
What do you want to hear? I try to keep her out of trouble, but there's just no helping some women.
So you were taking care of her?
Well, just in front of the others. Other than that, she did what she wanted. Always made her mind up and did things her own way.
So you weren't too fond of her?
Not really, no. But she did have a knack for making coin.
Did she have any friends or lovers who'd know more? Did anybody come here to see her?
Who come to see that bitch? She was always off somewhere, seeing someone. Although, once...
Someone came to see her?
Well, aye. Some stuffed frock came here once. All old and decrepit.
Yeah.
He said he had some job for her.
An older
that
noble,
she should
a
leave
rich man.
behind her sinful life and all that shit. But he left empty-handed.
Priest.
She told him to go to hell.
Do you know who that priest was?
Some fucking Prokop or Pravoslav or some such shit. But that reminds me, I saw her a couple of times with another bastard. That fucking bard, William.
And could she have run away with this bard, William?
With that lily-livered fop? Well, he ain't been seen in town for some time, but I think someone was out to get him. He still don't come here no more. He plucks that loot of his in the miners' tavern. The wee shit.
What do you know about this priest?
Right. What about
Not
the
much.
priest?
Seems they knew each other from before, and he had some job for her somewhere, serving as a maid or something. But she weren't stupid. She told him to fuck right off.
And did he go?
Aye, indeed. He didn't look like the kind of fella that'd knock some sense into a woman. I think he just told her if she changed her mind to come and see him. Or some shit like that.
And could she have changed her mind and gone to him? And that's why nobody's seen her?
No, no. She took off. I'm sure about that.
I've heard enough.
Interesting. So now we know where William the Bard might be found. And we got a little bit more information. It seems to tell us that the priest is not as suspicious as I thought. There's one more person I can talk to here. Ah, the mole.
Good evening. What do you need?
Did Estanya work here?
Stanya. Maybe. It depends on who's asking.
Oh, is everybody going to be
My name's
difficult? I'm
Henry.
going to start busting
Names
heads in a
don't
second.
interest me. The main thing is whether it's a good guest or a bad guest asking. What kind of guest are you, Henry?
I'm a good guest.
Really? Let's see. Do you know how to recognize a good guest?
By the fact he spends a lot of coin?
Aye. I like talking to them kind of guests. A lot. So, what'll it be, my good man?
What if
Whatever,
I simply
let's just
paid
get this
you
over with.
and you tell me what I want to know?
Ask away.
I want to know if Stanya worked here.
She did. And she don't know more. What's it to you?
I heard she disappeared without a trace. So I'm trying to find out if anyone had anything to do with it.
It's possible. The chamber she was sleeping in here was totally ransacked. The door open.
Tell me something else.
First, you'll have another beer. Or is it time to pay?
How about I bust your
If you
head
want
in?
to ask, you have to drink. Didn't you get that?
You're quite the extortionist.
I prefer to be called an enterprising man of trade. So, what'll it be?
I don't want to pay you any more. I think you could answer my questions directly and not always try to wheedle money out of me. That makes it look like you might have some motive for keeping me from finding out anything about that murder.
Nonsense. How could you think that? Come on. Ask me anything you want.
Good.
Did anybody see what actually happened when Stanya disappeared?
No, it was at night. Nobody saw or heard anything. The tavern tends to be empty at that hour. And you won't meet many people on the street, neither.
What was Stanya like? What can you tell me about her?
A bold woman. One has to be here. Everyone's ballsy here unless you nip it in the bud right away. She was hanging around a bard for a while. I don't know how close they were, but she also had another suitor.
Someone from the city?
No, a charcoal burner. I heard he was from somewhere in the, Verchlitz Valley. I think his name was Barton?
Okay, tell me more about this bard guy.
What about him? He's a minstrel, a skirt chaser. What more can I say? He called himself William. As far as I know, he plays in the Miners' Tavern in the evenings. But sometimes he shows up here, too.
You think he might have been the one who...
Now that you mention it, he cleared out of town for a while and only came back not long ago. It could be him, all right. I know he met with some odd people and talked about God knows what, like bloody spies. Besides, you know what minstrels are like. Lasses just flock to them. And like they say, opportunity makes the thief.
Or in this case, a murderer. Apart from those men, did anyone else know Stanya? I mean, more intimately.
Well, I got bad news for you. She had 2 close friends, but you won't get much out of either of them.
Why?
One was hit by a cart, even before Stanya disappeared. And she died. And the
That's
other one got
unfortunate.
married and moved away.
Moved away to where?
How did Stanya's room look?
The door was wide open. Most of her things were gone, but some remained. And there was blood all over the place.
That's a bad
Blood?
sign.
Was there a lot?
Not so much, really. More like hand or footprints. But they were near everywhere. If someone done her in, they definitely didn't do it in that chamber.
Where can I find this Barton?
I already told you. In the Verchlitz Valley.
Could you be a bit more precise?
I don't know that bloke at all. All I know is he's a charcoal burner. So if I was you, I'd look somewhere around the charcoal kilns.
That's all I need to know.
Take care, friend.
Alright, so I got a few more people I can talk to try to figure out what's going on with this murder. So let's get a move on and go find more people to talk to, I suppose. Well, after talking to everybody in the Hole-in-the-Wall Tavern, it looks like I have 3 options here. So I can go across town to Kuttenberg and I can talk to William the Minstrel, who apparently was one of the boyfriends that this lady kept, one of many, and they had some kind of falling out. I can also go down here to this area down here in the south, where there is a charcoal burner who might know something about Stania the maid, who disappeared with handprints and footprints of blood in her chambers. Or I can come all the way out here into the middle of God knows where, nowhere, and talk to somebody about the fate of Zedina, and I guess her accomplice must have come out here. I forgot what his name is, but yeah, Stranad. Sorry, I don't speak Czech. He came out here somewhere, and I can talk to him. So let's just knock them out in order. We'll go this here first, then we'll go down here, and then we'll make our way over here, just because of the distances, and I'll let you know what happens. All right, so here we are at the Black Horse Tavern, and apparently there's a minstrel in here that I can talk to. Or a bard, whatever. All right, Bard William with a very long sword poking out behind you. Let's talk, buddy. Tell me what you know.
It's William, right? I need to talk to you.
What is it? Do we know each other? Do I owe you money?
My name's Henry, and no, we don't know each other, and you don't owe me money. But we do have something in common. We have a lot of mutual friends.
What? What do you want of me? I don't have to talk to you.
Oh, but you do have to talk to me. Because if you don't, I'm going to beat the ever-living crap out of you. Because I'm getting really fed up with everybody being so dismissive.
I can go and chat with the guards instead. Tell them you're the one hurting those girls.
What? I don't have anything to do with any girls.
Really?
Yeah, right.
You? A notorious skirt chaser? Do you think anyone will believe you?
I just got back to the city. I don't know what you're trying to pin on me, but whatever it is, I didn't do it.
But everyone remembers you. You better spit it out before someone points the finger at you.
Come on. All right, then. Ask away.
All right, so Prokop, Alice the maid. So let's start at the top and work our way down.
Did you know Alice?
I know a lot of Alices. You have to be more specific.
The one they found dead somewhere below the town walls.
Oh, her. I didn't know her, but I heard about it.
They say she had a rich young suitor. Do you know anything about that?
Me? Do I look rich to you? I get paid in food.
But you could at least pass yourself off as wealthy.
Or I could claim to be the Virgin Mary, but I doubt anyone would believe me.
Yeah, you got a point there.
I heard she used to go to dances.
Yeah, and? I'm not the only musician in the city. I really didn't know her.
Okay, how about Prokop? Isn't this where the story was all
Did you
tied
ever meet
together?
Yarka? It was a long time ago, but I heard she used to hang around you a lot. And Father Prokop didn't like it.
Oh, that one. Aye, she was very keen on my company for a while, but then she stopped coming.
Because somebody killed her.
I know what happened was a tragedy, but it wasn't my fault. She stopped talking to me long before that. Honest.
Yeah, I'm just gonna believe you.
And did you know she was pregnant?
What? Yarka was... That's horrible. Who would kill a pregnant woman?
That's what I'd like to find out. What about the unwilling father-to-be? It wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
What? Mine? I never even got under her skirt. We just flirted a bit, and then she stopped coming by.
I wonder if the pregnancy has something to do with the way these girls were all gutted. Ah.
And can you tell me anything else about it?
I don't know anything. It was a long time ago. You said so yourself.
And I hear you knew Stania.
Which one do you mean?
The alehouse wench from the hole. I heard you had something with her too.
Well, she batted her eyes at me a couple of times when I was still playing there. A nice girl, but I didn't know her much.
And the innkeeper Mole told me a different story. He said you were the one coming on to her.
Fine, we had a bit of fun together. But she was always the one who started it.
And aren't you just saying that because she left you?
Oh, come on. I could have any woman if I wanted. The
Right,
innkeeper
if
must
you
have got it
wanted.
mixed up. He's an old drunkard after all. If I was you, I wouldn't take him too seriously.
And what about Zdena? You knew her, right?
Do I know Zdena? As wild as the wind and always full of life. And those nimble fingers. You always had to check your purse around her.
Did she steal something from you?
A travelling minstrel doesn't have much to steal, but she was well aware of that. She was on the lookout for some better prey.
You don't happen to know who she wanted to rob?
There were lots. Anyone she thought was rich enough who let her ply her charms for a while. Like young von Groller. When he started coming here, she got to him right away. Said she was gonna rob him blind. Far as I know, she didn't succeed.
Okay, got a new name?
If she robbed a noble like von Groller, word would get around. Look, why are you asking me about all this? You don't seriously think I killed her, do you?
Well, you did know them all.
And? I'm surely not the only one.
That may be true. But everybody knows you're a skirt chaser, and they were all pretty girls. And now, they're dead.
But I had nothing to do with it!
I don't know if I believe this guy, but I'm not going to scream confess. I don't have enough evidence that he actually did something.
So you didn't do anything to them?
No! Why would I? What would I get out of it? It doesn't make any sense. It goes against God.
You dare invoke God?
I admit, I'm no saint, but for Christ's sake, I'd never kill anybody.
Yeah, I'm kind of inclined that I have to believe him because I go around chopping up a lot of
Good.
people.
I believe you. But if any clue leads...
You won't hear about me again,
Sorry
I
about that.
swear to God.
Well, this guy I think actually seems genuinely distraught that the girls are dead, and I'm kind of inclined to believe him, but I need more evidence. So we got to go to the outskirts of Kuttenberg and talk to some more people. We've been at this for almost an hour now, so I'm going to turn this into a two-part murder mystery, I think. If you have your suspicions for who did it, put that down in the comments below, and if you don't know who did it, well, you can put that in the comments too, and hit the thumbs up button and let me know you're enjoying this murder mystery. Make sure you subscribe because we're going to be doing part 2 where we will find out who is the murderer of Kuttenberg. But until then, I'll catch y'all later.